Alright, welcome. This is going to be an Axis ranked game for Season 10. My opponent was KILLERKAL, who at the time of this game was the 970th ranked Silver Axis and Allies player for the Allied Powers. I'm still working on making a push towards Russia as Japan, trying to get my logistics down on how to play cooperatively with Germany and Japan and push as far as I can, as hard as I can for Russia. So with that, let's get right to the gameplay. Alright, Germany round number 1. So he had a decent Russian opener. Interestingly enough, Russia bought 2 infantry, 2 artillery, and a 3rd fighter, which I actually like having the 3rd fighter. I usually don't do it till the 2nd turn, though. And then he did something a little bit off standard. He went 8 units to attack Ukraine and 13 units to attack West Russia. And he had a ridiculously good Ukraine and lost 4 infantry in Russia, in West Russia. So, not exactly sure. I mean, obviously he got really good dice in Ukraine, attacking with 1 less unit. But in any case, then he backed off, totally abandoned the Far East and Biri. And he's moving backwards. And then he dropped a guy into Szechuan. That's pretty standard to prevent the Japanese from taking Szechuan. So for Germany, I had to replace my bomber. So I went ahead and bought a bomber and 2 artillery and 7 infantry. And then I've been kicking around doing different things with Germany, different experimental things. So we're going to do C-Zone 7, but we're going to try to attack with 1 less unit. So we're going to take 1 sub and try to kill those. I'm going to take the other one there, the cruiser, the submarine, that fighter, and that fighter. We're going to try to win this with just 5 units, which, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But we're going to go ahead and do it. And the battleship's going to take the cruiser out. And then over here, we're going to take our 2 units from Bulgaria and our 3 units from Bello, and then all of our fighters here. Our 3 fighters, we're going to hit that. And we will do... I wish I had an artillery, but I do not. So we will go... you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'll add 1 more infantry. And then we'll use 1 infantry to take Karelia. Obviously the big battle will be C-Zone 7. If that doesn't work out, then it's a pain in the butt for Germany. But like I said, I like to try new stuff, so I'm going to try something a little bit different this time. So let's run the combat and see how that works out. And that says implausible, but it really isn't. It's 50-50 shot. Favorable, favorable, strong. All right. Wow. This is amazing. Okay, so that was just about the worst round of combat for Germany that I've had. I guess I could have lost C-Zone 7 as well. Pretty rough rough dice. So we're going to send our 3 fighters to France. We're going to send our tanks to Poland. All of our tanks to Poland. Let's see here. No, not this one. God, that was bad. We'll take these guys. We'll put them in Bello. Baltic. We'll move him up to Bello. We'll move those 3 guys to Poland. These 2 tanks will go to Poland. This AA gun will go to... let's see. Germany, maybe? Yeah, we'll put in Germany. Let's see. Our tank and our infantry will go into Libya. We'll move these guys forward. We'll move this guy forward. Our last surviving fighter, believe it or not, will go to France. Wait a minute here. Okay, so we'll put it in Poland. Oh, let's see here. That is just so bad. Alright, well, that's a pretty atrocious round of combat, but that's going to do it for Germany's round number 1. That's ugly. We'll throw the bomber in Germany. And the rest of the stuff in Germany as well. That is so bad. Alright. That's going to put a merciful end to Germany round 1, and I'll see you guys back for Japan round 1. Alright, Japan round number 1. So, United Kingdom bought 3 fighters, put them in India. He used a fighter from Egypt to kill my transport in C-Zone 15, and then he used a destroyer, 2 fighters, and a bomber. I'm sorry, he used the bomber over here. He flew the bomber. Oh yeah, he used the bomber also on the battleship, and then flew it down to Egypt. Of course, my battleship got no hit back. It got to roll, got no return fire, which is outstanding. And then he grabbed his stuff, and he looks like he's fleeing the Pacific, which would make this a KGF. I don't know that for sure, but the potential is there. But a pretty decent round for England, I think. So to counter that for Japan, one thing he did not do is he didn't kill my transport here, which is good for me. So I went ahead and bought 2 artilleries, a transport, and an industrial complex this turn. Not buying ships yet because my belief is that I think he's going to flee and go to a KGF. If he doesn't, I'll have 1 turn. I can start buying ships. Get the industrial complex, which I'm going to put in Manchuria, get it up and running in round 1, and then start saturating Asia with as many land units as I possibly can to make a direct route straight for Russia's back door. I'm not really worried about J3 India timing or any of that stuff. I just want to go straight for Russia. So the only reason I bought only 1 transport is because I only have enough land units here that next turn I want to be able to transport all of the land units, have enough land units to fill them all. I don't want to ever have empty transports if I can help it. So first thing I'm going to do is go up here. I'm going to grab a tank and an infantry. I'm going to go to 62 and drop it here as well. We're going to take our 4 guys here, our fighter, 1 artillery, and go there. We are going to take 1 infantry, 1 artillery, 2 infantries, and this fighter. And our bomber will also go in there. These 2 fighters can go there. This fighter here. Let's see. We'll go here as well. Oh yeah. Let's see. This guy will go here. We'll pick up an artillery and an infantry. We'll go back to 61, drop it in Yunnan. And our battleship will go up here and bombard Yunnan as well. How about our cruiser? Yeah, we'll send our cruiser to bombard Yunnan as well. Alright, I think that's everything. Wait. Let me have this fighter here and go here. Alright. Alright, what else do we want to do? I think that's it. Alright, let's run the combat. Strong, strong, strong. Okay. Alright, combat was pretty good. We lost 2 guys to return fire. So the non-com, we're going to move this guy up here. We're going to move our aircraft carrier here. We're going to move 2 of the fighters to the aircraft carrier. We're going to move this aircraft carrier here as well. We're going to move... See, how many movements do they have? Okay, we'll land that one there, and we'll land that one there. We'll land our bomber back in Japan. We'll land these 2 fighters in Manchuria. Right? We'll move our battleship over to 62, our destroyer over to 62, our sub will go to... .46. All right. All right, our industrial complex goes in Manchuria. Our transport goes into 62. Our 2 artilleries go into Japan. So we've got it set up now where we can go grab these 2 guys off of the Philippines to land. We can grab 2 guys and 2 artilleries and land them somewhere else. And then we can buy replacements for Manchuria and for mainland Japan. And if we have to start buying ships, we already have an industrial complex. We can pump out troops. But all this stuff is going to head straight for Russia and hope to be in Xingkang in about 3 turns with a nice big stack there of stuff. So we'll see how it goes. That's going to be it for Japan round number 1, and I'll see you guys back for Germany round number 2. All right, Germany round number 2. So United States partially as predicted. They moved some stuff toward 19, like they're going into the Atlantic. They also bought some transports, an aircraft carrier, and infantry and artillery. They moved up to Greenland up here. And then did keep some of the stuff from Hawaii in 56. Threw some up here in 64. Obviously, the goal behind that is in case I leave a transport unguarded, it can get sniped by the sub. So we won't be doing that. With Russia, he went and bought a 4th fighter and 6 infantry. So, and he's now in position where he backed off. But if I move heavy into Yakut, he's gonna use all 4 of his guys to kill that stuff, and then use his tanks. He's got fighters that can respond. He's got pretty good defense set up right now, early defense. Took back Karelia, moved a guy into Ukraine. So for Germany, I did something I don't normally do because I just don't, and I bought another bomber and 9 infantry. And the reason I did that is because he moved into Greenland here. He's going to defend 2 transports with 1 destroyer, and so I am going to try to kill that. So if it works, great. If it doesn't work, I'll have another bomber. Just in case so I can still defend against the sea zone here. It's a 57% chance to kill this, so it's a 50-50 chance of the bomber surviving, which is good. It should be slightly bigger than that, but whatever. And then we're going to take 2 of these guys. Actually, we'll take this guy and 1 of these guys. And we're going to take 2 of our fighters. And then we're going to take this guy and 1 of these guys. And this fighter. And attack Ukraine. We're going to take 1 guy. Go to Sea Zone 3 and take Iceland. And I just did that because I got to move the transport out of here anyway. They're going to kill it. I might as well take Iceland. Sometimes it comes in handy as a landing if they decide to move a fleet here. Every now and then the opponent misses it and they don't recapture it, and then you can land a bunch of planes on there. And it can be a devastating blow. So I'm going to try to do that. But that looks like all the combat that I want to do. So let's do that. I don't know where the heck that is. Let me see if I can do this here. I don't want to, let me see if I can do this here. Okay, I don't want to engage, but it says I got to move to correct it. So I can move the guy, and it still won't let me do it. There's no enemy units here. I don't understand that at all. There's no reason for me to move it anywhere. Alright, let's cancel it. Alright. Let's do nothing and see what happens. See, it's still going to say it's going to be destroyed. But I don't have it engaged. I have it disengaged. Oh, well, he's going to get destroyed anyway. Alright. That's pretty ridiculous. A 33% chance to hit my bomber, and he still got it. So, but anyway, we're going to have another one. So if he decides to land over here, he's not going to be able to protect it. So if he wants to lose 2 transports doing it, then so be it. And this may not be the move. He may be just trying to get some troops over to Archangel. I've done that before too. But if he does that, I'm still going to kill him. Alright, so we're going to take those and put them in Baltic. I wonder if we can use our transport here. Oh, we can. Let's go down here and put them in France. Oh no, let's not do that. Let's do this. Let's put them there. And then we'll move our fighter to Africa. We'll move our other fighter to Africa. Move our tanks to Poland. Our AA gun is going to Germany for a turn. And we're going to stack Poland. Alright. Should we put one guy there? Yeah, let's do that. Alright. It was a rough turn for Germany, but it is what it is. So anyway, that's the end of Germany round 2. Let me mobilize. We'll throw a 9 infantry and a bomber into Germany. And that will be the end of Germany's round number 2. And I will see you guys back for Japan round number 2. Alright, Japan round 2. So United Kingdom went ahead and bought an aircraft carrier, a transport, and 3 infantry. 3 infantry went into India. He moved his destroyer from 13 up here and dropped his mini fleet. He's got other units coming here. This can maybe be used to take Africa, I don't know yet. And then he flew 2 of his India fighters over to Egypt. So we're going to slow play this, only because he set up a pretty good defense. Like if I go heavy into Evenki here, or Yakut, he can hit me with 4 infantry, 2 tanks, and 4 fighters. Not that he would do that necessarily, but I don't really have a lot of pressure on him yet. So he could certainly do that for a turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this light. I'm going to take this with 1 infantry. I'm going to take this with the tank and blitz it back. I'm going to take 1 infantry and take that one. And I'm going to take 1 infantry and take that one. And we will take Burma. See if he trades this Burma back and forth. And then, so that's all the combat we're going to do. Right? I would love to get down here and start taking this shit, but it's going to be a minute. Alright, I go over my purchase. I just bought 2 tanks and 7 infantry. 2 tanks and an infantry are going into Manchuria, and 6 infantry are going into Japan, so we can start offloading it into Asia as soon as possible. So let's run that. We captured all that stuff with nothing, no losses. There we go. And then for the non-combat move, This transport will go down here. Pick up this stuff from the Philippines. Drop it in Yunnan. And then we will pick up these two guys. Go back to 61. Drop it in Yunnan. We'll fly our fighters down to Yunnan. And we'll leave our battleship and our destroyer up here for now. I mean, we could put it all in 61, but I don't really want to do that. And our sub right here, we'll put it in 47. All right. All right. So that's going to do it for our non-com. I'm going to throw 2 tanks and an infantry into Manchuria, and then 6 infantry into mainland Japan. Alrighty. So we're all set to move 6 more infantry next turn. What are we at now? What's our money? Our money's at 38. Alright, that's a decent chunk of change. For round 2 anyway. Alright, that'll be the end of Japan round 2, and I'll see you guys back for Germany round number 3. Alright, Germany round number 3. So, United States, since I killed his destroyer here, he did not move and take Norway and Finland this last turn, but it's coming. USA bought 6 infantry and 5 artilleries and then just shuffled around his stuff. So he's preparing the landings. Russia bought 5 infantry and 3 artilleries, and they put them some in the Caucasus and some in Russia. And then he pushed out like the Battle of the Bulge here and took Sinkiang forcibly. I had one guy there, and my guess is that he's going to land his United Kingdom. The plan is to land these 4 fighters, maybe 5 fighters from United Kingdom in here to prevent me from hitting it with 5 land units and 6 fighters and a bomber. I'm going to try to preclude that by killing his stuff. And then he left West Russia with just 4 fighters in it. Not exactly sure why. I'm really not exactly sure why. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But that's what he did. So we are going to... all we did was we bought 11 infantry and a tank. And we're going to hit him as hard as we can and see if we can't knock him out of the game. So we're going to use our 1 infantry from Bello. We're going to use 3 tanks and 2 fighters and try to eliminate the Russian Air Force. And then we're going to hit Egypt with everything we got in Libya. And our bomber from Germany. And hopefully knock that out. And then we'll have to do some shuffling around because the landings are imminent, right? So we're going to have to shuffle some of this stuff around. But so far, so good. So we're going to run that and see how we do with that. So let's run the combat and see how it goes. Favorable in West Russia, strong in Egypt. All right. So hope for a lot of hits against the fighters. Oh my God. Oh, I'll take that. Oh, we're going to hit it again. All right. All right, for the non-com, we'll fly our planes back to Italy. We'll move these fighters. How about Baltic? We'll go to Baltic. We'll move. All right, let's see here. All right. I can move 10 guys into Baltic, which will give me 13 guys there. My fighters can go... I guess I'll put my fighters in Baltic as well. And I'll move an AA gun there. Because what can he hit this with? He can actually hit it with quite a bit of stuff. Let's see here. Hang on, I got to calculate a two-waved assault here on Baltic. All right, according to this, 13 guys, an AA gun, and 2 fighters ought to be enough to hold 100% if he two-wave attacks with England and America. So I'm guessing he will not do that. So we will have what? 10 guys and 6 tanks, or 10 guys and 5 tanks. And he can run the same attack on Germany. Let's see here. 5 tanks there. Let's do the math on that. Okay, 100%. He cannot kill that either. All right. All right, I think it's good then. Okay. Not a terrible turn. Let's finish up the movement here. And then we will put 10 dudes in Germany, 1 dude in Italy, and a tank. Oops, sorry, we're not going to do that. Hold on. We're putting a tank in Germany, and 9 dudes, and then 2 guys in Italy. And actually, that changes our calculations. We actually have 6 tanks. Yeah, so that's going to hold. All right. All right, so that is the end of Germany round number 3. We'll see what he does. Now he doesn't have any fighters over here to land in Sinkiang. He can actually take only 2 British fighters to land in Sinkiang to try to defend. So if he does that, we'll see what's up. But right now, so far so good. So that's it for Germany, and I'll see you guys back for Japan round number 3. All right, Japan round number 3. So England bought 5 artilleries, 2 infantry, and a transport. Put the transport in 7, 2 infantry, 2 artilleries in UK, and then 3 artilleries in India, presumably to either push out or fall back. He took Africa back, and then he landed in Africa, which is fine. Took Norway, which is also okay, because I should be stacking Karelia this turn with Germany with a lot of stuff. So, last turn for Germany, we killed all of his fighters here. I anticipated he might actually send a fighter or 2 to defend this stack here, but he did not. So we're going to hit it, because we can eliminate a tremendous amount of Russia's attack power with 1 hit. Hopefully we don't lose too many aircraft. Went ahead and bought 2 more tanks and artillery for Manchuria, and then 3 infantry, 3 artilleries to reload to transport down here to continue our landings. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move. Oh, I guess we won't be taking this turn. We're going to wait. I'm going to wait 1 turn. Maybe I will take it. All right, anyway, we're going to hit this with 1 guy, 2 guys, an artillery, 2 tanks, 2 fighters, 4 more fighters, and a bomber. And is there anything else I can get over there? Nothing else that I can get over there. No, I can't get anything else over there. Do I want to take this light? I don't know if I do or not. If I do, what's he going to attack me with? 3 infantry and a plane, which is pretty much his only move here. And these guys will be ready to attack it. Let's do it. I'm not a huge fan of doing that, but I want to squeeze as much as I can out of Russia as quickly as possible, so we're going to do that. And then I think that's it. So this is the big battle here. Hopefully we can crush this. According to the calculator, we crush it pretty good. So let's run it and see what happens. Wow, that was pretty rough on him. That was pretty rough on him. So these guys are going to move forward. This guy is going to move forward. These guys are going to move forward. Let's see. Our fighters are going to go... to Yunnan. If they're in Yunnan, 1, 2, 3. Okay. If they're in Yunnan, I can land them in West Russia if I decide to do that. Let's see here. Our bomber will go... We'll throw our bomber in Yunnan also. And our 4 fighters here can't go all the way back, so we'll put them in Sichuan. And then we will go here, grab our 6 infantry, and go back to Yunnan. Drop them all right there. Right? And let's move our destroyer down here. And we'll leave our battleship right here. Yeah. All right. All right. 2 tanks and an artillery are going into Manchuria. And then 3 infantry and 3 artillery are going into mainland Japan. Alright, we're up to $40 for Japan, which is not terrible. And that will do it for Japan round 3, and I'll see you guys back for Germany round number 4. Alright, Germany round number 4. So, United States is building a fleet over here, I guess, to try to go and do an end around, maybe land guys in Soviet Far East, and maybe threaten mainland Japan. I don't know. They're not close to Japan yet. I don't think this is going to do a lot. My entire navy here, I may just have to buy some navy with Japan to shore up. And I'm not sure, what are these guys doing? Are they going to come back? They might be coming back. I don't know. I think it's too little too late, but I'll figure it out. If I have to buy Navy, I'll buy Navy. Germany, though, Russia backed out of West Russia, which I figured they would with their one last surviving plane. They did put extra guys in the Caucasus. I'm not exactly sure why they did that. Maybe because they're going to take Ukraine, maybe trade that. And then he could probably land in Italy. I could potentially lose France and Italy this turn to United Kingdom. The only thing is, he doesn't have enough stuff to hit Germany yet. And once I stack Karelia this turn, he doesn't have enough stuff to take Karelia back either. So I should be able to hold that long enough to punch Russia out of the game. I'm hoping. So really the only thing we're going to do is take Karelia, but we're going to blitz West Russia. And then we're going to just take Karelia. And that is it. Right? Yeah, I think that's it. I think I want to put them all in Germany. I bought 11 infantry and a fighter. I didn't repair Germany yet because I'm going to pull back out of India or out of Italy. I'm going to have to deploy something to Italy this turn, but I'm just going to... I'll have 10 infantry there and 5 fighters at the end of this turn, and then whatever his ships are, they're not very well guarded. So if he wants to move into the Med, I can probably hit him with my 5 fighters. If he wants to go to Sea Zone 8, I can probably hit him with my 5 fighters. So I probably could keep him at bay, hopefully. But my plan is probably to buy 1 fighter a turn until my Luftwaffe is back up and running. So that's it. That's all we're going to do, which I think is a quick capture. I was going to stack stuff in Ukraine, but I'm not going to. If he wants to take it, we can trade it. I am going to stack a ton of stuff into Karelia, and then I'm going to move my 10 infantry forward into Poland. He has no tanks. We can't go down this way. And then we will go our fighters, our infantry, and our fighters back to Germany. And that will be it as far as... You know what? Maybe I should put... I mean, he's not... that's okay. I'm going to be patient. So that's what I'm going to do in case I'm going to have to hit some of these with... to recapture some of this stuff. So that will be the end of our non-com. And then we're going to deploy a fighter into Germany, 8 infantry into Germany, and 3 infantry into Italy. And that will be the end of Germany, round number 4. And I will see you guys back for Japan, round number 4. Alright, Japan, round number 4. So United Kingdom bought 2 infantry and 3 artilleries. And then they took Libya, took Norway, or Finland, I'm sorry, took Finland. And then that was all their moves. They flew a couple planes to guard India, so they now have 4 planes there. They mobilized 2 artilleries and an infantry into India. And they moved their fleet from 17 into 34. And that, with the combination of the USA mini fleet here, I think he's going to try to switch to try to put some pressure on Japan. I don't think that's going to work. But it is going to cause me to build some more ships. So I went ahead and bought 2 destroyers and a sub. And then 6 more infantry to deploy into Asia. So we are going to only take 1 territory, and we're going to take it light. We're going to take 1 artillery. And 1 infantry. Actually, you know what? Cancel that. Because we have so many planes that are going to attack it, we'll just take 2 infantry. So we'll take 2 infantry and then all these planes. And we will attack Kazakh and try to take Kazakh. And then we will shuffle around our troops here. I don't think... We should have enough in 3 turns to take Russia, I think. Maybe fewer. Depends on what he does here with these. We're going to have to shore this up because he can hit it with 7 guys and a plane. And so we're going to put a bunch of stuff there. So, that's the only combat move we're going to do. So let's run it. Alright, for the non-com, We're going to send 3 planes up there. And 1 plane's going back to C-Zone 61. These 2 fighters are going to go to C-Zone 61. Our artillery is going to go up there, and our 2 tanks are going to go up there. This stuff will move forward. He's really going to land 2 guys in Soviet Far East and think that's going to do something. Oh well. He might do that. If he does, we're going to kill his navy. Let's put our bomber in range. All right. We'll take artillery and move it down, infantry and move it over. These infantry are going forward. These 2 tanks are going forward. These 6 infantry are going forward. And then these 3 artilleries and these 3 infantries are going to Yunnan. Let me just see one thing. His transport can't do a backdoor snipe, right? No. There's no transports here. The transport can go 1-2 and land in the Soviet Far East. But I'll be able to grab guys and take it back. That's just a silly play. Because I have more than enough... Oh, I need to move my sub in range too. Let's move our sub into 61 as well. So that we can hammer 63 with whatever we decide to send it. Alright. Alright, I think that is enough. We may have to pivot and just start buying a bunch of ships, but I think it's going to be too late, to be honest. If I do, I'll throw another IC in Asia somewhere, probably Kwangtung, and I'll just start massively deploying troops every turn. All right. So our 2 destroyers and a submarine are going into 62. And we will drop 5 infantry into mainland Japan and 1 into Manchuria. Now, if he decides to press forward, then we at least have a backup plan. We can have 12 units here with planes to defend if we need to. Plus, these tanks are in range of Soviet Far East to kill whatever he lands here. I think that would be a silly play, but you never know. Sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures. Alright, so that is going to be the end of Japan round number 4. And I'll see you guys back for Germany round number 5. Alright, Germany round number 5. So, America bought 2 more aircraft carriers and a fighter. Didn't attack anything and started consolidating his fleet over here. Probably to make landings in Soviet Far East or Buryatia. That's not going to work. Because I can just buy 3 tanks and 3 subs, and I can outspend him as far as Navy goes and still put land units Unless he moves with the United Kingdom forward, which he might do. But if he does that, I should be able to still push forward. He's going to be making landings here, so I'm just going to put a fat stack in Germany. So all I bought was 10 infantry and 2 artilleries. The artillery's going to Karelia, and the infantry will go into Germany. But first thing I want to do is blitz this. And then go back. And then what else do I want to do? I think that's it. I don't want to do anything else. Because next turn I'm probably going to go into West Russia with my 31 dudes. Maybe. Maybe not. But that's all I want to do. And then my non-com, I'm moving 10 guys forward. I can even move 6 tanks forward. Because I'm going to have 20 guys in Germany. I'll move those 3 guys up. And that'll be it. I'll throw 2 artillery in Karelia and 10 infantry in Germany. So 23 dudes and 5 fighters ought to be enough to withstand. Since he has no planes. There's no planes here. So he can land and hit me with a couple of cruisers and some infantry and artillery. But he can do what? 4 and 4, so he can do 8. And then he can do 8 again. But I got fighters that can just annihilate him, so I think I'll be okay. We'll find out. Maybe it's a mistake. It could be a mistake. I haven't run the numbers yet, but that'll be it for Germany's round number 5, and I'll see you guys back for Japan round 5. All right, Japan round number 5. So, United Kingdom bought an industrial complex for Egypt, and then he bought like 4 artilleries and 3 infantry and a bomber. It all went into United Kingdom. So he's obviously setting up. And then he took France, took Northwestern, which we figured he would do. And he put 3 guys in India. Or maybe some artilleries. Let me look, just double check real quick. Yeah, just 3 infantries into India. So we're going to be patient. I did some math on everything that the United States Navy has and everything that I have in my Navy. And it turns out I am going to buy a couple more ships. And I will get it to a 95% chance that I can kill his Navy if he moves into 64 or 63. So right now he's not set up to do that, but he might this turn, who knows. But if he does that, I'm going to whack his Navy. So I'm going to set up everything I need to be able to go into 62 or 64 or 63 if he decides to make landings anywhere in the Soviet Far East here. Or Buryatia. So all I bought was 2 subs and a destroyer and 7 infantry. The 2 subs and the destroyer are going to go here, obviously, and then the infantry is just going to be between Manchuria and Japan for delivery onto the mainland. So for our attack move, we're going to blitz this with 1 tank. It's going to go back to Ivanki. And we're going to blitz that with 1 tank. That's going down into Sinkang. All right. And we were going to attack this, but we're going to be patient. We're not going to attack it yet. All right, for the non-com, our tank is going into Sinkang. 3 of the infantry and the artillery are going into Sinkang. 6 infantry into Sinkang and artillery into Sinkang. This guy here is going to go into Berry. These 6 units are going into Szechuan. Our 3 fighters are going into Manchuria. Actually, I take that back. 2 of our fighters are going into Manchuria. 1 of them is going into C-Zone 61. Our transports are going to go here. Wait a minute, wait. Hold on a second. Our transports are going to go here. Pick up these 5 guys and this guy. Go back down here to 61 and drop them in Yunnan. And then our destroyers, our subs, our battleships, our destroyers, our battleship, our sub, all of it's going into C-Zone 60. 1 and 2, he can get there. He cannot get all the way over here. What's this? Cruiser going to 60. And actually, I am going to put my bomber up in Evenki. See, these bombers here can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he'll probably take this back, so 6. Does he really want to risk 2 bombers on that? Maybe. But I want to have the bomber in range of this as well, so we'll just leave it there. I kind of wanted it to be up here. Yeah. All right. I think that's all we want to do. So let's finalize that. Our destroyer and our 2 subs go into C-Zone 60. And 5 infantry there and 2 infantry into Manchuria. All right, that's going to be the end of Japan round number 5. And I'll see you guys back for Germany round 6. All right, Germany round number 6. So United States bought a battleship and 2 transports, and they have set up a fleet here in 64, 65. Like we talked about last turn. Is he going to go to 63 and land stuff? No. This has odds right now to kill 64. But we may not kill 64 because we may just buy Navy to withhold this from being a threat. and then just keep sending troops towards Russia. And then Russia bought 6 infantry, and then he kind of stack shifted. He sent a bunch of guys to the Caucasus and mobilized there, and he left Russia with only 12 guys, an artillery, and a fighter. So, in the Atlantic, this is going to be this is semi-dangerous. Germany's under no direct threat right now this turn from a 1-2, but it's going to be coming pretty soon. So I'm going to have to deal with this. My buy for Germany was just 9 infantry and a bomber. That's because I'm tired of having these transports just sitting out here with no escorts. One of them is going to die this turn with a plane. But the other 2 would have been nice to have a bomber to just kill them and delay them. And having unfeathered access to all these sea zones over here without any threat sucks for me. So we're going to remedy that. We also figured out that if we stack West Russia, we will lose Karelia this turn to UK, but if we stack West Russia, Russia cannot take it back. And since that's the case, we're going to do it. And then we're going to try to put as many units as we can in the surrounding territories all around Russia so that he can't trade and we can squeeze him out of money. And then either in a couple turns we either take the Caucasus and start mass producing, or we actually hit Russia. So that's our plan. So our combat move, we're going to walk 1 guy into Finland and get our IPC back. We're going to take 3 infantry and a fighter. And we're going to take France back. We're going to kill that transport. And that is going to be all of the attack for Germany this turn. Right? Yeah. All of the attack for Germany this turn. So let's get that done. Alright, we lost a guy taking back France, but we took back France. So we're going to send our fighters back to Germany. Our 3 fighters are going to West Russia. 7 of those infantry. 7 of the infantry from Ukraine and the tanks are going into West Russia. 3 infantry are going into Archangel. Everything else is going into West Russia. Our tanks, our AA guns, and our artilleries are all going into West Russia. So unless I did the math wrong, this should be okay. So hopefully I did the math right. Japan's turn, we'll make a decision if we're going to attack this fleet or not, depending on what UK does. And we'll find out how many guys we're actually going to stack these territories with, depending on what UK does. So let me finish the movement here. We're going to put 9 infantry and a bomber into Germany. Now, I guess if he takes Karelia back light, we can trade it. That's not our goal, but I suppose we can. So that will be the end of Germany round number 6. And I will see you guys back for Japan round number 6. Alright, Japan round number 6. So United Kingdom bought 4 infantry, 2 planes, and 2 tanks. The 2 tanks went into the newly minted Egypt IC. And the 4 infantry and the 4 infantry went into UK, and then the 2 planes, of course, went on C-Zone 8's aircraft carriers because he had no defense for it. So he's shoring that up, which is smart. Then he did something that probably wasn't as smart, and he moved into Burma heavily. Certainly, if I was him, I would have taken Burma, but moving all this and not moving anybody to Persia is going to allow me to do what I'm going to do now. So this fleet here, the United States fleet, is kind of an issue, but I did some math, and if he decides to attack this next turn, I'll have an 81% chance to hold C-Zone 60. I don't know if he's going to want to take a 16% battle. You never know how sea battles are going to go, though. Sometimes they're just absolute shit. So, but we'll see. So really, the only couple moves that I have to do is one of them, I'm going to take one destroyer and take this sub and my 4 fighters. We're going to kill this sub in C-Zone 50. And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to stack Kazakh. Alright. And just for his shit, I should throw a tank into Persia, but I'm not going to. Alright. So I'm going to stack Kazakh. I did the math on this also. If he wants to hit me with everything he has in Russia and the Caucasus, he will win that battle, but it will cost him probably 25 of his 32 infantry. And if that happens, Russia will be mine, with Germany in round 7. If he decides to strafe it, I think we both lose 11 guys on a 50-50 battle in round 1, which is that's fine with me. I'll still keep the territory and cut his defense in half. And if he wants to do 2 rounds, I think we each lose 19 infantry. I lose a handful of artillery, but I still have my tanks. So I'll be okay with that too. So all in all, I'm pretty much okay with all of that. But for now, we're going to stack that. Those are the only 2 moves we're going to do with Japan as far as attacking. And then we'll shuffle around our infantry here, and then if the guy wants to go and take Yunnan heavy, we can blast his stuff. So let's run this combat here. Alright, we did not lose anybody in the combat. We killed the sub, which is great. And now we have stacked Kazakh, which is great. So, we're going to take 1 aircraft carrier and go to C-Zone 60. Our 4 fighters are going to go to C-Zone 60. 2 fighters are going to go to 61 from Manchuria. Our transports are going to go to 62, pick up our infantry. Go back to 61 and drop them in K-Tung. And then these 6 guys are going to move up to Sichuan. So I have 12 guys in striking distance of Yunnan. And I can use destroyers to block 63 and 58 from this fleet if I need to bounce down here for a turn and bombard the shit out of Yunnan with battleships and cruisers. So, what the heck are these guys going here? Why aren't they going there? Okay, hold on a second here. I built an aircraft carrier, didn't I? Yes, I did. So why can't my fighters, all of them, go there? My other 2 fighters should be able to go to C-Zone 60 as well. Okay, they are. It took me 2 moves to do that. That's interesting. Alright. And this guy here is going to go down to Novo. Alright. Yeah, we had to double check. This transport here is in C-Zone 65. And there's no transports in C-Zone 64. And we just have to double check. Sometimes it looks like a jumbled mess up here and you don't know where stuff is. So, if I have to be very careful because he can sneak. If he was in 64, he could sneak behind my fleet and drop guys in France, but he's not. He's in 65, so he can't do that. And my guy's going to go down here to Hanway. I'm not sure I want it to go to Hanway, but I think it will. All right. Let me just double check the movement on this. Okay. Perfect. All right. 2 fighters and an aircraft carrier should be enough to defend from this bomber here. Doesn't have any UK bombers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. I think that's going to be it. So let's finish this move. We're going to put the aircraft carrier in C-Zone 60. We're going to put the destroyer in C-Zone 60. We're going to put 2 artillery and an infantry in Manchuria and 3 infantry into mainland Japan. Right? That's it? Okay. All right. All right. That will be the end of Japan round number 6. And I will see you guys back for Germany round 7. All right. Germany round number 7. So United States... He bought 2 destroyers, a fighter, and 2 transports. And then he attacked C-Zone 62, where I had my transports and an aircraft carrier and some planes. Actually, I had them in 61. He attacked him with 4 planes and a bomber, and he lost 3 of the planes. But he did kill my 3 transports and my aircraft carrier and my 2 planes. But because he did that, he had to move his aircraft carrier into 62 to land his fighter. So... Since his fighters can't hit my subs, I'm going to kill this aircraft carrier when I get to Japan, and the fighter will sink. And then he backed off his navy into 65 because I would have had odds after he lost all of his planes. So we're going to deal with Japan's turn when it comes around. Russia bought 2 infantry and 2 artilleries to add to the Russian defense, and then he pulled everything out of the Caucasus and went back into Russia. So we're going to do... Oh, yeah, and then USA landed in Finland. Took Finland. So we're going to do only a couple of small moves with Germany. We're going to take 1 infantry. Take the Caucasus. We're going to take 25 guys. 2 fighters. And a bomber. We're going to try to take back France. Our purchase for the turn was 8 infantry and 2 tanks. We're going to fly our 3 fighters back to Germany this turn. This West Russia against Russia is going to be about a 50-50 battle. So if he wants to take it... Oh, yeah. I got to send a guy to Northwestern also. Take that back. If he wants to take this fight and kill all my Germans, Russia will have nothing left. And Japan... by next turn should be able to kill it. But we're going to see. So, that's all the attacks we're going to do with Germany. And just pray that our 1s... I hate attacking with 1s with infantry because they suck. But we're going to try it anyway. So let's do it and see what happens. So we didn't take France, but we took 5 of his units, but we lost 4 of our units. So it's kind of a semi-even trade. We're going to move our Ukrainians up into West Russia. Hold on a second here. My fighters are going to go to into Poland, and our bomber will go into Poland as well. And then we'll move 8 infantry in Poland. And we'll leave our fighters in West Russia. Actually, we'll move our fighters to Poland. And that way they can hit France or Russia. I'm going to move 2 of our Archangel's infantry down into West Russia. And then we'll move 3 of our fighters into Poland. Alright. One thing I forgot is I actually attacked with 25 infantry into France. So even though this number says that I moved 8 guys, I really didn't. I only moved 3 guys because that's the only people that did not attack. Because I already used them in the combat move. So it let me click all the way up to 8, but it only is recording 3 dudes moving to Poland. And then we're going to actually move all of our infantry down into West Russia. If he wants to walk guys out and start taking these territories back, he can. He's going to have to trade the Caucasus for sure. And if he wants to take a 50-50 battle, the game could be over sooner rather than later. So, it's a rather disappointing turn for Germany because we did not take France, but it is what it is. So let's finish the non-com. Alright, our 8 tanks and our 8 infantry and 2 tanks go into Germany. I would put some guys in Italy, but I think that I can just kill whatever no planes can land there, so if he wants to go in there with 2 infantry or 2 artilleries, I can just kill him. Yeah, I think I will. Alright. Alright, that is going to be the end of Germany round number 7. And I'll see you guys back for Japan round number 7. Alright, Japan round number 7. So, United Kingdom bought an aircraft carrier, a transport, some artillery and some infantry. 1 artillery and 4 infantry. And then he moved into Thailand. He moved farther east towards Japan, took Thailand, and moved his fleet from 17 into 35. So he has a mini United Kingdom fleet, and that's pretty much sandwiching my... So he's threatening the Pacific on both sides now. USA has a decent sized fleet in 65, but my fleet is still pretty good so far. I did run the numbers on taking Russia, and if the calculator is correct, if I hit it with Germany and Japan in round 8, Russia falls 99.6% of the time. So we're going to set that up. And then once Russia's out of the game, I can focus all my Germany. I'll have no land stuff left from Germany, but I can focus my Germany on kicking the UK and USA out of my territories here, and then sending Japan south to mop up England. So, and then we are going to set up our Navy so we threaten both navies, the Navy in 35, and if he decides to move to 63. So, all we bought was 2 infantry and an artillery for Manchuria. And then we bought 5 submarines. And so we'll have a lot of subs pointed at 63. They can also hit 36 if he decides to move forward, which I don't think he'll move into 36. He'll probably take one of the money islands or both. He may try to do both this turn. But we are going to set up the 1-2 on Russia. So for the combat, we're going to send our 4 subs here and kill that aircraft carrier and this plane. And that, my friends, is going to conclude all of our attacks. I'm not going to waste guys taking Persia. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move a couple guys from Kazakh into the Caucasus. So hopefully USA won't be able to use their fighter, bomber, and infantry combo to take them out. And then I'll be able to reinforce with Germany. So, kind of a quick turn as far as combat, but let's run it and see how it goes. Alright, that was a success. So the carrier and the plane went bye-bye. And now we're going to set up our attack on Russia. So 2 of our infantry are going to move into the Caucasus. These 6 guys are going to move up. Our Novo guy is going to move down. Our Anway guy is going to move down. Our Manchuria guys will move down. We'll move 3 of our guys from Katong into Szechuan, so we have a little mini stack on either side of Yunnan, so he can't just blitz it with his 1 tank there. Okay, now we are going to take our bomber to Kazakh. We're going to take our fighters to Kazakh. We are going to take the bulk of our fleet and drop it into C-Zone 48. He has nothing in range of Japan's main island as of yet. I'm interested to see what he's going to do with USA and Russia. But that will be for next turn. So the non-com is done there. So let's go over it and make sure that it's good. 21, 10, 5, 4, and 1. 21, 10, 5, 4, and 1. Okay. All right. What does he lose? Everything. 50-50 battle. He has a bomber, 4 fighters, and 2 tanks left. Okay. If he decides to attack my Kazakh stack with Russia, Germany will walk in and take Russia, which is just fine with me. Alright. Nothing in 60, nothing. Okay. Alright, our 5 subs are going into 60. And we'll put two more guys and an artillery into Manchuria. It's going to be a pretty decisive turn. Round 8 is going to be a pretty decisive turn for the game, but I think we're in a decent position now. Our position can only get worse, I think, if we don't hit Russia now. So we're going to do that. Anyway, that's going to be the end of Japan round number 7. And I will see you guys back for Germany round 8. All right, Germany round number 8. So, USA, he moved over here into 64, bought another aircraft carrier and some fighters. And then he took his stack out of Finland, it looks like he moved some of it to Northwestern and some of it to France. And then he walked one guy into Karelia. And that's all he did. We've already calculated the 1-2 punch on Russia with Germany and Japan. And we've calculated it 99% after Japan goes to take Russia this turn. So I'm going to hit Russia. Well, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to strafe France, try to kill as many of these guys as possible without taking it. So we're going to hit this with our 2 tanks and 29 guys and just hope that in the first round we don't get 14 hits. I would be shocked if we get 14 hits, but not completely shocked because sometimes the dice are that way. So, but that would be almost half of all of ones hitting, and ones notoriously don't hit. So more than likely it'll be like 3 or 4 hits out of 30 guys, believe it or not. And then we're going to hit Russia with every single thing we can hit it with. And here's the thing. We have a side calculator going. We're going to try to figure out after every round of combat what will be the odds of Japan with a second punch to take it. Because it's at a certain point, if we get over 90% or more for Japan alone to take this, we are going to withdraw our Germans, right? Because we want to save as many Germans as possible. Because this is going to be devastating to our attack power. It's most of our attack power. And then he does have 4 United Kingdom fighters down here and a bomber that he can put into Russia. So we have to factor that in there. If he doesn't put them in there, then obviously it'll be an easier take. But if he does, then we'll have to see where that goes. But this is a pretty good battle for us. We have a 24% chance to take it with Germany, which is not great, but it's not actually very terrible. So let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, I know it's implausible. All right. Wow. All right, we'll retreat. All right. All right. All right. All right. We saved our fighters, which is good. We'll move them into the Caucasus. Our bomber will go to the Caucasus. Our anti-aircraft guns will go to the Caucasus. We're going to move our 3 guys up to Bellow. And I think because of the damage that we did here, we can probably deploy a handful of infantry into the Caucasus, I would think. Or maybe even the 2 tanks. But I think I'm going to leave the 2 tanks in Germany. Let me just figure this out here. You know what? Let's move 1 AA gun to Bellow. And we'll move 1 down with the Caucasus. Alright. I still think we'll be able to take this, and he won't have any way to take it back, which will be nice. And then we'll move these guys up here so that when he takes this, we can cap him there. Might even be able to move these guys. Anyway, alright, we'll deal with that in Japan's turn. So, I think that's all I'm going to do. Alright, because we retreated and we killed a significant amount of his guys there, let me just look at the calculation here. Alright, I'm going to deploy 4 infantry into the Caucasus and then 4 infantry and the 2 tanks into Germany. That will give us 27, 4 tanks, and that should be enough. Pretty successful turn overall. Possibility I could have hit France 1 more time and whittled this down, but I was just afraid if by some dumb luck I got 6 hits or 7 hits, I would end up taking it and I would be screwed. I would have no defense for Germany. So I think it all worked out. I was able to take enough off of Russia so that Japan can bum rush, and then I have enough of a stack here that I think can withstand the English. And then I can fly my planes back here if I want, and I can still move towards Africa. Pretty sure. So pressure on England's going to get stronger, and Japan's going to knock Russia out of the game, which should be good. So, let's see. He doesn't have anything in range of Italy to do a snipe, and he's not going to be able to do a snipe on... Oh, he could take... He could take Shanghai, but I think I could take it right back. And then murder his fleet. So if he wants to sack transport to do it, then by all means do it. Alright. That's going to be it for Germany round number 8. And I'll see you guys back for Japan round number 8. Alright, Japan round number 8. So United Kingdom went ahead and bought 8 infantry, a fighter, a tank, and an artillery. And then he used his... fleet in 35 to take the Money Islands, which we had totally anticipated. But we figured we'd sell out to do all in to kill Russia, so we're still going to kill Russia. But since Germany hammered it pretty good, we don't have to use our fighters in the Russia attack, which will be good. So we're going to kill the UK's fleet down here, and then prepare to defend ourselves against the United States. In order to do that, we did buy a couple more transports, because we're going to need them to take back the Money Islands, and we bought 3 destroyers because we need those 2, because we're going to lose 2, because we're going to block sea zones 63 and 58, so Japan will not be under fire. And I don't think he has anything to clear it. Okay. So, first things first is we're going to hit Russia. With all that stuff, and then we're going to use 1 destroyer to kill that transport, and then we're going to take 3 destroyers to kill that stuff, because we're going to need 2 of them for right there. So I have 2 left, and then we're going to take 5 subs and 2 battleships and our cruiser, and hit that. And because the aircraft carriers are going to go back to 60 this turn. And then we're going to have to retreat a little bit, I think. Maybe stage an Anway to deal with the advancing United Kingdom. But we should be okay, because we'll have the capability of hitting Cape Tongue after this turn. So let's run the combat on that stuff. See how that goes. Alright, strong in Russia. Alright, here we go. Wow, the calculator was right on. I lost exactly 9 infantry on that battle. Of course. That's a joke. All right. Wait a minute here. Unbelievable. Wow. That may be... Wow, that might be crushing. Wow. All right, well, we need to move our destroyers to block his navy. Put our subs down here because he's going to build. Now he's going to build more navy. He can be free to do it because we have nothing left. And our aircraft carriers have to go to 60. And our 4 fighters are going to go back to 60. Wow. That is pretty rough. We'll send the bomber to Manchuria, and then we'll send all of our stuff here into Anway. Man, that was brutal. Absolutely brutal. But at least we took Russia. That's an abysmal battle. All right. It is what it is. That is just unbelievable. All right. Alrighty. He could conceivably attack this with 4 fighters and a bomber. Yep. He could conceivably attack this with 4 fighters and a bomber. Wow, that could have really set me back. Is there any way I can prevent it from doing that? Maybe I should mobilize to 62. But there's no reason to now, because I should have moved my fucking aircraft carriers back there. Wow. Alright. That's rough. I mean, we got 50 money, but we're going to need it, because we're going to have to buy a shit ton of Navy. But at least the Russia attack went well. Alright. That's pretty ridiculous. But that's going to be the merciful end to Japan round 8, and I'll see you guys back for Germany round number 9. Alright, Germany round number 9. So, United States bought a bomber, 2 transports, 4 infantry, and an artillery. Mobilized the transports to the East Coast. Mobilized the infantry and the artillery on the East Coast also, and the bomber. He killed my 2 destroyers that I was using to block the Japanese mainland. And then he dropped a bunch of stuff in France, fortified it. And he's got a couple more troops in England. And he's got some more troops in Canada. But England's got 8 infantry here. They're about to have a fat stack in France that is going to be very difficult for me to overcome. So... But Japan did knock Russia out, which is good. So I got to start producing and heading down into India as soon as possible. But the Germans have to reconcile what we got going on in Europe. So my purchase was 7 artillery and an infantry, and it's all going into Germany. For my combat, I'm taking 2 guys, and I'm taking 3 fighters. And the bomber. And I'm going to take Italy. And I'm going to take 1 guy into Karelia. And 2 fighters. Try to lightly take back Karelia. And I'm going to blitz Northwestern with my tank. And bring it back to Germany. I did calculate that if he does a 1-2 England and America attack, as long as I park my fighters and my bomber in Germany, he does not have a chance to succeed this turn. But it's going to continue to get worse and worse for me until he does have a chance to do it. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to stem the flow of troops going that way. But my tanks are going back, my fighters are going back. My infantry is going to stay the same, although I should probably just take Persia with 1 guy just to make him take it back. Ooh, I can blitz it. You know what? I'll blitz it and then go back. Oh, no, I don't want to because I want to use my tanks and go back to Germany. Alright, we're just going to leave it for Japan. Because what's my production right now? 28, so I'm going to get up to 30. 33, 35. 35 is not great, but it's not terrifying. It's more money than I had this turn. So, alright. Let's run the combat on this. Alright, so of course the aircraft did not hit on round 1 in Karelia, so we could not take the territory because he got a hit back. Our planes will fly back to Germany. All our planes will fly back to Germany. Our bomber will go back to Germany. Our tanks are going to Poland. And our AA gun's going to stay put with our troops in Bellow. I suspect he's going to start bombing Germany as well. We will go ahead and put our 7 artillery into Germany, and we'll put one more guy into the Caucasus. And that will conclude Germany's round number 9, and I'll see you guys back for Japan round 9. Alright, Japan round number 9. So, United Kingdom bought 9 infantry, 2 artillery, a tank, and an industrial complex, and he put the industrial complex in France, which is bad for me. He took Italy, also bad for me. He killed my 2 battleships, also bad for me. And then he moved what was left of his fleet down to 38. So I don't have a ton of options, but I think my best option is to try to capture as much money with Japan as possible and head all of my land forces down into the Middle East to either threaten India or just more than likely go into Africa. And then after I recapture my money islands here, I'm going to sail over to Africa. Japan's going to be left to fend for itself. I'm going to block USA landing this turn, build a couple infantry for Japan and a fighter, and then I'm going to build infantry probably for the rest of the damn game until I can get Japan into a state where I can do something. Because no matter how much Navy I buy here, even though I have 50 monies from taking Russia, I can't buy enough Navy to combat this. The dice that were so horrifying in 47 really set me back, because obviously if we win this with our battleships remaining, they go back, and then it's a different story with America. But I mean, that's part of the game. So because this attack was so terrible, it really put me out of sorts here. But I did take Russia, so there's that. So anyway, I just bought 10 infantry and 2 fighters because I had 50 money. We're going to disperse the infantry between Russia and Japan, and we're going to put our fighters, 1 each in Russia and Japan. One's going to go to Germany next turn. And this is going to be a major, major problem here. I'm going to have to probably hammer it with everything I have in Germany and just hope that it goes down to a level to where I can either knock it out or I have enough time to reinforce Berlin. Don't know if I'm going to have enough time, but we're going to try it anyway. So for the combat, we are going to take 1 infantry and take back K-Tung. We're going to take 1 tank and blitz both of those. And then we're just going to split the difference. Seven of those, and 5 of those, 5 of those, 7 of those, and take both of those, and then we're going to try to take the money islands back. So grab those, go to 47, drop them on Borneo. Take my aircraft carriers, go to 47. Oops. Sorry. Give me my fighters. Go to Borneo. And that's it. And I think that's it. Yep. All right. So let's run this. Alright, combat went pretty well. We lost one guy in Borneo, but that was it. Everything else, we lost nobody. I was surprised in Kazakh, 12 units attacking, got 1 hit. Which is pretty atrocious. But that's the way it works out. We're going to move these guys down into Szechuan. We're going to move our tanks into Szechuan also. And then we're going to move our bomber over to the Caucasus. I guess we can put it in Poland. There'll be nobody in Poland after I don't want to leave it by itself. Well, we could put it in Russia. So we're going to put some infantry there. Yeah, let's do that. Is the Caucasus better? I don't think it matters. Let's put it in Russia. Alrighty. Our 2 aircraft carriers are going to have to go to 47. And our 4 fighters will go to 47. This destroyer will go to 47. These subs will go to 47. Actually, I should throw 2 subs. I should put them in 37. And go chase this fucker down. I mean, they can't get hit. So let me send 2 of them over there to 37. And I'll send 2 of them into 47. And then we'll send 1 destroyer. And 1 destroyer. To block. And the other one will go down to 47. And this guy here is going to move into Anway. Alright. So now we have to decide which direction we're going to move for Japan. Africa or India. Next turn we'll take Australia. And probably East Indies. So let's throw a fighter and 3 infantry into Japan, and we'll throw a fighter and 7 infantry into Russia. And then we'll decide if they're going to go south to meet with this fleet here, or this force here, and try to push our way into Persia, bum rush. Or we'll go, we'll just march them. It's going to take too many turns, but we'll march them towards Europe. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Not a whole lot of options for us this turn, but it is what it is. So that, my friends, is the end of Japan round 9. And I will see you guys back for Germany round number 10. Alright, Germany round number 10. So, United States bought 4 infantry, 2 artilleries, and a fighter. And 2 subs. Mobilize the land units and the fighter into eastern United States and mobilize the subs into 56. He then landed a bunch of stuff in France, stacked it. England, as you know, put an IC in France last turn. So, oops. So, France has a really good sized stack. And then UK took Italy. So did some numbers, ran the math on this here, and if I did the math correctly, we have an 87% chance to take this France back if we hammer it with everything we can. He also bombed Germany, and I lost 5 IPCs, but I healed it back down to 1, because what we did is we bought 7 infantry and 2 artilleries for Germany. We're going to try to retreat some of our stuff back and save Germany as long as possible while we move Japan towards Africa and India. USA also landed in Soviet Far East. He's probably going to try to take Manchuria next turn. Still, I don't think he has enough yet to take mainland Japan, but he might be able to because he's got 4 fighters. So if he sacks planes, he might be able to take it. So we're probably going to have to deal with that as well. So We're going to have 3 attacks this turn. We're going to take 1 guy, walk him into Karelia. We're going to take 1 guy, walk him into Persia. And then we're going to take everything we can, hit France with every single thing we can. All right, and that is it. This turn, however this play goes, is going to probably could decide the game. So let's do it. They say it's strong, and our calculator says it's high. So we'll see what happens. Okay, the combat was fantastic. We eliminated France. So we got 7 artilleries, 6 infantry, 8 tanks. And he can attack with 4 infantry and an artillery, 2 bombers, and a cruiser. Don't think that's going to work. He can do 9 infantry and artillery and a bomber and a cruiser. I can do the math on that, but off the top of my head, I don't think that's going to work. Which means we should be able to spend some money with Germany for a couple of turns and build ourselves back up, considering his reinforcements are not very heavy yet. So that was a pretty good battle for us. We're probably going to lose Persia again. In fact, I don't know if he's going to try to move forward out of Persia, but we're going to have 30 Japanese dudes crushing into Africa pretty soon. So this could be really good for us. Anyway, the non-com is pretty straightforward. That's it. All we're going to do. Oh, you know what? Let's send some guys back towards Germany just in case. Let's send... We'll send all 4 guys back and the AA gun. Actually, you know what? We'll move the AA gun over here. And we'll send everybody back towards Germany. Except for this. In case we have to trade Karelia again, I'll leave 1 guy there. But all in all, pretty successful. Alright. We're actually going to move back. We'll move back towards Germany. That's going to be it. Alright. 7 infantry, 2 artillery into Germany. Took France back, and now we have a nice IC in France, which is nice. So we can deploy guys there now, which is kind of nice. As long as it holds, we can deploy directly into France. So, all in all, a pretty good turn. So that will be it for Germany round number 10, and I'll see you guys back for Japan round number 10. Alright, Japan, round number 10. So, the only thing United Kingdom did was build 5 bombers. He's making just a ton of money. 47, which is ridiculous for United Kingdom. I still have a decent attack power lead, however. And he deployed the bombers in India, and then he deployed a couple more in Egypt, so he's got 3 and 3. My feeling is he has 2 things he's going to do. He's going to use these bombers to try to kill this fleet here, or he's going to bomb Russia so they can't redeploy reinforcements here, because the other thing he did is he took all of his 8 infantry from, or 7 infantry from United Kingdom and put them in Finland. So because this was so successful, and then my guess is that he's preparing to try to stop this. We're just actually going to try to bum rush India. We can have all this stuff there in 3 turns. So we went ahead and bought 3 tanks and 8 infantry. We're going to put our 3 tanks in Russia and a handful of infantry everywhere else we can. And then we're going to make a move to go to be in Persia in 2 turns. We're going to the Caucasus and Kazakh this turn, Persia next turn, India in turn, what is that? It's 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so around 13 knockout of India is what we're hoping to do. So for the combat, we're going to do a couple of risky things here. Actually, only one really risky thing, which is we're going to take 2 guys from Borneo, go to 37, sack the transport, and try to take East Indies back with just 2 infantry. Not great, but it kind of is what it is. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to blitz Yunnan back and take it back. And and that's all we're going to do as far as combat. That's all we're going to do. Oh, man. I almost forgot about Australia. We're going to go over here, pick up this guy, go to 45 and drop it in Eastern Australia. I totally forgot about this. Okay, now I think we're done. My only thought is if I'm going to move this infantry, maybe I should just move this infantry into Yunnan so they can't use this tank to go up to Sichuan after I move everything out of here. I think I'm going to do that and change the blitz. We'll just take it with this guy, because the tanks will go back to Manchuria to defend this turn. Next turn they got to go back to Sichuan, but I'd much rather them just go back with nobody in here. So this infantry is probably going to be dead, but it is what it is. Alright, now I think we're done. This is an iffy battle, but if it hits, it's fantastic. I know it's unlikely. Come on, infantry, give me a 1. East Indies in the house. Gotta love attacking infantry. Alright. For the non-com, our subs are going to 45. Our whole, and our destroyers and our aircraft carriers are going to 45 to try to kill this. We're going to put 2 fighters in mainland Japan, 2 fighters in Manchuria. Our Russian fighters going back to Manchuria. Our infantry's going to Manchuria. 4 tanks are going to Manchuria. And then, well, this tank here will go to the Caucasus with these 7 dudes. And let's see here. This stuff will go down here. And our bomber will go Where should we put our bomber? Let's put it on Japan. That way it can range if he, by chance, leaves a transport hanging out in the wind or some other target. That might be a play. And then, oh yeah, these guys are all moving over. He can't hit anything with he can't hit anything in Kazakh. He can't hit anything in the Caucasus. I guess he can hit with bombers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can hit with 3 bombers. 1, 2, 3. I guess he can hit with 6 bombers. I don't know why he would risk that on against infantry though, but who knows? Maybe he will. Alright, I think that's going to be it for us. We got the 3 fighters there. We got the 3 fighters there. Let's mobilize. Alright, so 3 fighters are going into Japan. I'm sorry, not 3 fighters, 3 infantry. 3 infantry are going into Manchuria. 2 infantry and 3 tanks are going into Russia. And then next turn, everything will hit Persia in round 11. And so in round number 12, we're going to hit India. So he's going to build, in 11, he's going to build, he may, if he falls back and builds 3 infantry, I did calculate if he builds 3 infantry for the next 2 rounds, or even if he builds 3 tanks each round, we should have enough stuff to kill it. So, I don't know how true that is, but I tend to trust the calculators. They've been pretty good. So, alright. That is going to be it for Japan round number 10. We have a decent amount of money back. And I will see you guys back for Germany round number 11. Alright, Germany round number 11. So, after I took this with Japan, United States' response was to buy 2 transports, 2 artilleries, 2 infantry, and a cruiser. And it's my feeling that he anticipates that I'll take Hawaii this turn. And so this is the ability to take it back, right? So, because he figures I will definitely take Italy this turn, which he cannot recapture. And then if I took that, obviously we could end the game. But that wasn't our plan. We were just trying to get rid of this fleet here and take some of our money back. And we accomplished that. So I'm not necessarily worried about this. This is not for offense yet. And then he went ahead and moved inland from Soviet Far East, took Beri and took Yakut, which is fine. My Manchuria guys can deal with it. And now he's got 1 artillery, 1 infantry, and a couple of bombers that are in range. 5 fighters to attack Japan with. So I will have to run the numbers on this after I fly these fighters out of there, because our fighters will be in range of India next turn, more than likely. So I just have to see how many infantry I'm going to need on Japan. And let's see here. Okay, so United States obviously just supported United Kingdom's move up into Finland. So we're going to counter that by moving all of our friends. We're going to just stack shift Germany and France east. We'll leave France empty. We calculated everything he can stack France with. We can still hammer it if he goes back in there. We'll hammer it, and the beauty part of that is he'll have absolutely no return response. He's got nothing in 12, nothing in United Kingdom. I'm sorry, nothing in Eastern United States, nothing in United Kingdom. So after these troops are gone, that's it. So if he wants to land them all in France, more power to him, because that will actually work in our favor. The move that we're going to go for here is we're going to try to stack Persia with Japan and then hit India next turn. So in order to do that, though, we're going to support it with Germans from the Caucasus. So our buy this turn was 11 infantry and an artillery. We are going to take 1 tank and blitz Northwestern and go back to Germany. We're going to take 2 French Germans. Oops. And all of our fighters and take back Italy. And that's it. That's all the combat we're going to do with man, I think that would be a mistake, but I guess he could do it. I might leave this guy in Persia, because I'm going to mobilize 3 in an artillery and bring these guys down, so I'll have 8 Germans. So I might leave this guy just in case he wants to go with 2 tanks and 6 bombers to try to hit this stack here. I don't think that's a great idea, but it might weaken it enough by the time it gets to India. I don't think it will, but you never know. So I may leave this German-Persian down here. Persian-German? I don't know. All right. I think that's all I want to do to kill Italy and Northwestern. So let's run those. All right, for the non-com. Okay. This guy's going to go back to Baltic. All these guys are going to go up to Baltic. These guys are going to go up to Baltic. Our 7 tanks go up to Baltic with our AA gun. These 4 guys will go down to the Caucasus. This guy will go back to Germany. Fighters will go back to Germany. Our 4 guys will go back to Germany, and so will our 7 artillery. We're going to leave our AA gun. Let me see here. All right, I'm just going to leave this guy here. Just in case. I'm going to leave it here. And we'll move this over here. All right. I think that's it. All right, we're going to put an artillery and 3 guys into the Caucasus. We're going to put 8 guys into Germany. What happened to our having 15 guys there? All right. That's a lot of stuff in there anyway. All right. That's going to be the end of Germany round number 11. And I'll see you guys back for Japan round 11. All right, Japan round number 11. So England bought 3 fighters, an aircraft carrier, and 1 infantry. And the infantry, 1 aircraft carrier, and one fighter went into India. And then the other aircraft, I'm sorry, 2 other fighters went to the aircraft carrier that's in Sea Zone 8. He then hopped over Karelia with 7 infantry and took Archangel. And I miscounted my defense here, and he flew 3 of the bombers from India and killed my fleet here with his 2 fighters. Killed this fleet, took back Australia, And then he went into Yunnan, pushed forward into Yunnan. So we're still... This Navy is going to be a big problem for us, but we should be able to defend Japan and Manchuria if we play it right. We went ahead and bought 2 bombers and 9 infantry. We're going to definitely hit India next turn. And then once we have India, we will see about holding the rest of the stuff that we own. Big question is going to be the Philippines. If he can get a transport over to the Philippines before we can figure out a way to defend it, then that'll be an issue. So, first thing we're going to do is use our 4 subs and kill this aircraft carrier so that these fighters cannot go to the India defense. And then we're going to take 1 guy and our 3 fighters and our bomber and our 3 fighters, and we're going to kill that guy and bury. And I think that's all the attacks we're going to do. This is also going to be kind of an issue because he's got tanks in here, so he can start just running over everything and collecting more money, but we can mop that up after we have India. And so we'll deal with that after we have India. All right. Alright, that worked out good. That means that the bombers in Alaska cannot be used to hit Japan, which is nice. So we're going to fly 3 of our fighters back to Japan, 3 of our fighters back to Manchuria. Our bomber will go back to Japan, and all of our stuff is going into Persia to kill India. All right. Let me see what else. I think that's it. All right, so we can actually take off one of the guys we were going to deploy in Japan, because now that we have Barry, he can't use his USA bombers to hit Japan. So our 2 bombers are definitely going into Japan, and then 3 infantry will go into Japan, 3 infantry will go into Manchuria, 3 infantry will go into Russia. All right. All right. That is the end of Japan round 11. And I will see you guys back for Germany round number 12. Alright, Germany round number 12. So America bought 4 infantry, 4 artilleries, and a fighter, and mobilized everything to the United States. He then moved his Yakut guy west into Ivanki and took that. And then he moved all of his naval stuff into 59 and took Iwo Jima. Suffered no losses in Iwo Jima. And this was undefended, right? So I think no losses. So that was a pretty good play by him. Japan, I don't think, can build enough navy to defend it, so we're going to have to figure out... We may have to do a all-infantry marathon defense setup, so we'll figure that out when Japan comes along. But we will be taking India this turn with Japan, which is nice. So as far as the movement over here, instead of... He had his guys in Canada, he took them up to Finland instead of taking France. So he's got a decent stack in Finland, but not enough to hold Karelia if he hard stacks it, and his reinforcements are a couple turns behind. So we're okay there. England does have 7 guys in Archangel, and he does have 2 bombers down here that can hit Russia. So we're going to have to put a couple Germans here and maybe a couple fighters here to defend. We did some calculations. That's why we have these notes here. With all the stuff we need to defend France and Germany, we're going to stack both of those to prevent landings in France and also to protect Berlin and send troops eastward to get ready to recapture what we need to recapture. So we're only going to have 1 combat move this turn, and that is to take 2 infantry. And let's see here. 1, 2... I can only take 3 fighters because 2 of them are going to France. These 2 fighters are going to France. One's going to go back to Germany, and the other 2 are going to go to Russia. So I can take 3 fighters, and then that's the only combat. I think nobody else. There's no other combat. We went ahead and bought a bomber this turn and 10 infantry. Bombers going into France, so that all of this. All these unguarded transports you see everywhere, that shit's ending now. So he's going to have to start moving this fleet around to guard some of these things. We're not just going to let him get the supply line. In fact, Germany's buy for the next few turns might just be a bomber and 10 infantry every turn until we have a sizable stack. We'll figure it out after we see what the other powers do. All right, so... Let's get this combat done. That's all we need to do. Good thing we had 3 fighters to get 1 hit. Fantastic. Alright, so for the non-com, 1 of the fighters goes back to Germany, 2 of the fighters go to Russia, 2 of these infantry go up to Russia, and our AA gun from the Caucasus goes up to Russia. All this stuff is going down to Persia, because we're going to push into Africa. Alright, so for here, 2 infantry are going from Italy, 2 fighters, 8 infantry from Germany, and the AA gun is going there. And then we're going to move our artillery and our infantry into Bellow. We're going to send 2 infantry and 2 artillery into Poland. Our 7 tanks and our other tank are going into Ukraine. Let's see here. 1 AA gun, 11 infantry, 3 artilleries, and a fighter. That's alright, because this adds up to... so I have to put 8 guys in there. Right? Yeah, I have to put 8 infantry in there. Let's see here. And then this one needs 1 AA gun, 10 infantry, 2 fighters. We got... That's done. And then this is going to have that. Except now we're not going to put enough in Ukraine, I don't think. We're only going to be able to put 2 extra infantry in Ukraine. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do that. I want 4 in Ukraine. So I'm just going to take away from my infantry and artillery. I'm just going to move 1 forward. Oops. I'm going to move 1 of those forward and 1 of those forward. So that way I can mobilize 4 infantry to Ukraine. So we'll have, I'll do let's see here. What do I need? 11 infantry, 3 artillery. So that's actually, since I have 6 artillery, I only need 8 infantry. So I only need to mobilize 4 infantry into Germany. I think. Let me do that. So that would be 8. And that would be 6. Oops, hold on. Oh, yeah. Wait a minute here. Alright. Yeah, okay. I do have 10 infantry, and I don't need to put any in France, so I need to put 6 here. Okay. I should have enough. Let me move 1 more of those out there and 1 more of those. Then I'm going to have 9 and 5, right? I'll have 9 and 5. Oh, and I got to move the AA gun from Baltic down here. 9 and 5 and 1 fighter. 99.9. Okay. All right. So 9 and 9. Okay, so I can put 4 here, 6 here, and the bomber in France. All right. It looks like a bunch of spaghetti, but I think it worked out. So let's go ahead and do it. All right, the bomber goes into France. 4 infantry into Karelia. I mean the Caucasus. 6 infantry into Germany. I absolutely love having an IC in France. I think it's great. I'm glad I didn't have to pay for it. Because if you mess up the calculations, you can always mobilize. I do. I really like having it here. So, that is going to be the end of Germany's round number 12. I will see you back for Japan round number 12. Okay, welcome back. This is the end of the game. So, my opponent decided to forfeit. So, he actually started the England round 12, and it looked like he was going to attack my Money Islands with bombers, maybe clearing the way for America. He was about to lose India this turn, for sure, and then probably Egypt in round 13. Well, he wouldn't lose it in round 13, but I'd be pushing into Africa round 13, and he didn't have anything that he could do to stop it. Let's see what India purchased. A destroyer, a fighter, a transport, 4 infantries, and an artillery. Not sure where all that stuff was going. Maybe into India? But I don't know. I don't know. So he might have just looked at the board and decided that, hey, he didn't see a path to victory and decided to call it a game. which I understand. I think he had... This was a good move by him, I thought, to go to 59. Because for sure he was going to take the Philippines, which I could not take back because I have no navy. And then after that, he could have just taken the money islands one by one and slowly built up a force and started landing. I mean, he'd already pushed out with United Kingdom, although India was going to fall for sure this next turn, or this turn, round 12. And I had a decent stack over there. I don't think he had enough to take Manchuria. Definitely not enough to take Japan. But he certainly could have prolonged the game and taken my money islands and put up a counteroffensive. Although, yeah, see, he could have taken Philippines, and then I wouldn't have won the game because I would have 9 of 9 after this, and then he would have had 5 of 10 again after he took the Philippines. But I just don't know. This was going to could be a long game, but I think in the end I was in an upper hand position. So I think it was wise for us to take Russia when we did and just go all in for it and then try to re-come back. Obviously the France stack, the time that we hit France after he built the industrial complex and we wiped it, that was a big loss for him. I don't know if he's using a calculator, but probably that was probably unrecoverable just based on the ability of us to keep dropping infantry everywhere. Oh, and he could have taken Karelia as well with America. So he definitely wasn't going to lose the Victory City battle right away. I was curious as to what he was going to do with the 7 infantry from UK up here. But now I won't know. So anyway, that is the end of the game, and that will be the end of this video. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys back for another video.